Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast. Thank you so much for
Most
coming back
definitely.
and joining us. And if this is your first time, we definitely appreciate you for coming through and listening to what we have to say today. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Matt, and I'm here with my co-host.
My name is Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast. Make sure you check us out. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And also make sure you go ahead and subscribe to our Instagram page as well. That's at the Friends Pod. We appreciate all the new listeners.
Yeah, most definitely. We definitely appreciate you guys. So tap in with us, man. Interact with us. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. This is the Friends Podcast, so come be our friends. That's the whole point of this. So,
Yes, sir.
but you know what though, we have a special guest in here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, what's up, y'all? I'm Leiah B. I'm a singer-songwriter from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm really excited to be here today with y'all.
She is talented, so make sure you guys tap
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah, we'll definitely make sure we put all her stuff in the bio, and so go check her out on Instagram and her music. Her music, she has a beautiful voice, but we'll get into
Thank
all that
you.
a little bit later. So I guess let's start how we usually do. How was everybody's week? Let's start with you, Rod.
My week's been pretty good. It's been busy. July 4th, so it's a long weekend. Loving that. Going to go see some fireworks by the water. Here, like this, like concert show. Apparently, Shaquille O'Neal's going to be performing.
Oh, that's
Uh,
dope.
Flow Rida. So go
Florida.
check, go check that out. So, what about you?
Man, not too bad. I went to this taco fest yesterday, out in Royal Oak, so that was cool.
You was
Cool.
drunk.
Yeah, I was definitely drunk last
That
night.
sounds like a vibe.
Yeah, it was a little vibe. So I went to the taco fest, and then I went to like Midtown. Went to a couple bars down there, and then I went to like the Tangent Gallery. It was like a kind of house music type thing. So
Ooh.
yeah, it was a few different types of vibes last night. So what about you, Leah B? How was your last week?
So this week was cool. I found out that I was going to have my song in a movie actually on Monday or Sunday. And
Dope.
then I had to kind of get everything prepared to go to the premiere. So that's what I did yesterday. And then to my surprise, I found out both of my singles were actually in the movie. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I had a great time. We had a little after party. The DJ played one of my songs in her set. So I had
Mm-hmm.
a great night.
Talk
Wow,
about the movie a little bit. Like, what's the name and
The
who made
movie
it?
is called 20 Somethings. The movie was written and directed by Kendra Renee. She is a Detroit native. I believe she's 25. And I think it comes out on Tubi in October, if I'm not mistaken, because it's indie. So she has to go through a process to get it put on there. But yeah, the movie is about basically that, the title. It's about your 20 somethings and just your journey like of your 20s and all the things that you go through, and it's about a cool group of friends, and yeah, it's great.
yeah, that's pretty cool. So did you already like previously know this person, or did like how did they approach you and be like, "Yo, we want your song in the movie"?
So what happened was I actually saw a flyer. I think one of my friends reposted it or something on Instagram, and I just sent it in. And it was like months and months ago, so I just assumed I didn't get picked because I hadn't heard anything. And I
Yeah.
knew that the premiere was coming up, and I'm like, oh, it's okay, whatever. Because a couple of my friends got like a slot in there. One of my friends actually made the theme song for the movie.
Okay.
And yeah, so then I found out the other day that I was going to be in it. So yeah,
Wow.
Man,
Okay. That's
congrats.
pretty cool. Yeah,
thank
everybody
you.
check out 20 somethings when they come out on Tubi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. So I guess let's go ahead and get into just, the interview section of the podcast. So
Okay, let's get into it.
yeah, so Leah B, let's kind of talk about like your beginnings. Like, so where are you from originally?
I'm from Detroit originally. I don't know if I should say East Side or West Side because my both of my parents lived on two different sides of town, and I live with
Uh,
both of them. So,
okay.
but yeah,
Okay, so you're pretty much all over. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So like kind of describe your upbringing. Like, was it cool? Like, how was it being like a kid?
Oh my God. I had a strange upbringing, I guess. It was
Okay.
cool, I guess, at first. And then my dad passed away when I was like 11. So
Hmm.
that like took a weird turn from my childhood. My mom had to do basically everything on her own.
Hmm.
So it was different. Like we went from being able to afford everything to like kind of not being able to afford much because my
Hmm.
mom didn't work. So it got real hectic. But yeah, I guess I kind of went into survivor mode after that.
Hmm.
So yeah.
And now you're here though. Now you're here.
Yeah,
You know.
started from the bottom. Now we making it. Now we got our songs and movies. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So kind of talk about like when was it like a moment like when you was a kid or like maybe a teen when you was like, wow, like my voice is just different. Like, was it a moment like where it like snapped for you?
um so I don't know when I realized I could sing, but I know when I realized I wanted to be a singer, and y'all probably gonna die laughing at this, but like I was in like fourth grade
Hmm.
and I watched High School Musical.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I want to do that so bad. Like, oh my God, I want to do that. I want to be them. So literally,
Yeah.
that's where I was like, okay, I'm about to be a singer.
Okay.
Literally, from
High
that
School
day.
Musical. We're all in
Literally.
this together. Okay.
No, for real. That's
Yeah.
literally, I was like, oh, this is doing it for me. I need to do this. So
So
that's
like
where it came from.
so like when you say like okay, High School Musical. So like when you first had that inkling and like okay, I want to do this. Was it like you want to be an artist or did you want to be like a
I
Broadway
wanted
type?
to, yeah, I started with a Broadway dream. Like, I wanted to do Broadway. And I originally went to school for it. And then obviously I just couldn't do that. So I just let them straight. I lived in New York for a little while. I auditioned for a few things and I didn't get any parts. And I was sad. And I just was like, I'm going home. So
Hmm.
I left and I didn't sing or anything until maybe 2018. I like kind of didn't do anything up until that point. And then I started releasing music in 2020. So yeah.
Pretty cool. So like let's kind of talk about like your influences like when you was coming up or just like even right now like
hmm
who do you listen to that's what really like sparks your creative
For
side?
me, I think the person that is like doing everything for me is Adele. Like that lady, oh my God, her
Hmm.
influence on me is
Yeah, for sure.
crazy. And Beyonce, I love Beyonce.
Oh
So
yeah.
she definitely was somebody I looked up to when I was growing up because I didn't have Adele when I was growing up, but Beyonce was just like the key. Obviously, I love like Brandy. That lady is amazing. Like her
Yeah, that's the one.
tone. Yeah, like she is the one you want to be like. Like the
Hmm.
vocally, you want to be like Brandy. Like that's where you want to be. So yeah, definitely those three. And SZA is in there too now. I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So,
waiting on the album, Sizzle.
uh,
If you're listening,
Okay, we're waiting for you, girl. What's going
please
on?
drop it.
so growing up, were those some of the people that like you were listening to? Like, did your mom listen to it? Was it?
So in the house, it was more like Anita Baker vibes
Hmm.
and like Sade vibes and all that. My sister's middle name is Sade. Like, so
Yeah.
my mom was obsessed with that. So I grew up with like, Joe Scott, neo soul vibes. Yeah, so it was very different, I guess, from like I don't know, from like the average. Like I feel like a lot of people listen to like mostly men in the household, like old school men. Like you get the Al Greens and stuff. But my
Right,
mom really
right.
was like listening to Erica Badu and Sade and
Yeah, that's hard.
Flowetry and shit like that. So
Hmm.
yeah.
We saw on your Spotify it said influenced by Etta James, and that's like a very old
Oh
singer.
yeah. So that came from I watched her movie. Well, I don't know if it's her movie, but Cadillac Records. When I was younger, I watched that movie, and
Hmm.
then from that point on, I kind of just was like, this lady is amazing. Like, I found out that obviously it wasn't her voice on the movie, it was Beyonce's. And then I went and found her actual voice and was like, oh, I'm amazed. Like, this lady is insane with her vocals. So, yeah, from that point, I finally just started doing like weddings and they wanted me to sing that song, Etta James at Last, all the time. So, from
Really?
that point,
Okay.
hmm
Interesting. And then
yeah.
also in their bio it says something about Frank Ocean as one of your
Oh my
influences.
God. That's
Kind of
my
talk about
favorite
that.
person in the world.
Yeah.
I literally cried when he put his last album out. Like, I am a stan. Frank Ocean
You
is my
you
favorite
cried off
person
of
in the
Blonde.
world. Absolutely. I cried off Endless because that one came out first. And then Blonde came out. And I flipped out because it was like, we
Mm,
got two.
two of them.
Two? That was crazy. Like, but yeah, I love Frank Ocean. He's like who I look up to is for writing for sure.
Man, for writing
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
you know your shit though, because you said Endless. A lot of people don't know about Endless.
Endless is amazing. That
Yeah.
is literally like a vocal Bible. I swear it's great.
If you can
Like,
rank your top three Frank Ocean projects, what would it be?
Shit, it's not
oh my
many.
God, it's not many. It's
That's why I
like
know.
it's only four, I think, right?
Yep,
Well,
that's
no,
four.
he got one more mixtape, so 5. So, but I'll say Nostalgia Ultra is the first for sure, and then Endless, and then Channel Orange. I
Okay.
love Blonde too, but like it's not better than Channel Orange.
It's not.
Definitely not.
I don't know. It's debatable. It's
Channel
It
two.
Orange is
is.
my
It
number one.
depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, it's two totally different vibes though. Because I feel like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
he was on some other shit on Blind. I can't even really explain it, but like
It was like different. I just love
yeah,
it though. He's
yeah.
just always doing something crazy, innovative.
Like you said, his writing. Because I feel like that's one of the
Yeah,
things that's important too. Like a lot of R
that's
and B
so
singers,
important.
like they don't really write their stuff.
No,
You
for
know.
real.
So
Like
it's
they
like
really don't.
yeah. So it's like when you can write and sing at the same time, it's just like oh, you got it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the key. You have
Mm-hmm.
to know how to write your own stuff. Like you have to know how to tell your own story. And if you don't know how, nobody's gonna ever do it the way you want it to be. So you got to perfect that skill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's kind of talk about like a day in the life of Leah B. So do you like wake up singing? Like how does it look for you?
No, I don't wake up singing. I mean, maybe sometimes, but on the daily, no. I kind of just wake up and obviously do a little scrolling, which I know
Hmm.
that's bad because I should wake up and meditate, but I don't. And I know that I should, but I don't. But yeah, I go to work. I have a regular job. I actually work for a company that I don't want to say like the name, but I'm like internet
You don't got to.
police. So if somebody like flags something and I see it, I have to report you. Unfortunately, I'm the
Okay.
feds on the internet.
Okay.
but yeah, so I do that every day, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I write when I can. Some lately I've had like writer's block though, but usually I would write or like find some way to be inspired. Look at the beat packs that I've received and find something cool in there. And I just freestyle over the beat and see if I like the freestyle. If I like the freestyle, I write from there. If I don't, I just write something new.
Where are you getting your beat packs from?
People just email me. Like,
Okay.
oddly enough, people from Instagram literally would just be like, hey, I got all these beats. And I just listen to the beat packs. But before I got like a little popular, because I'm not that popular now, but like when I got a little buzz, they started sending those. But before, I would just go on BeatStars and just type in the like type beat that I'm looking for or like
Okay.
guitar or whatever. But yeah, BeatStars for sure.
When you put your type beats in there, like who's in front of it?
SZA,
Okay.
Frank Ocean. I at one point was looking at Tyler the Creator just because he got sick beats. And like I think it would be good for a singer to be on those beats.
Hmm.
So that's something I want to try. But yeah, usually it's like SZA, Frank Ocean, um, Drake, because he has crazy beats and people have crazy Drake type beats. But yeah,
Mhm.
Is there something specifically that you look for, like when you're listening? Like, do you have to hear like, oh, the bass is hitting, or like, I love the melody on this? Like, what do you kind of look for when you hear a
it
beat?
really just depends. So when I hear something, I like automatically know what I want to sound like on there. So like if it doesn't have like a violin that I want on there, I'm like, maybe I'll just go and actually find a beat that has it instead of like trying to add it. So like, yeah, I don't know until I'm listening to it though, like if I want to use it or not. So I don't know. Can't really answer that question. It's like straight. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense though. That makes
mhm.
sense. Now, so you kind of spoke about like finding the right sounds. Have you ever considered like making your own beats one day, like getting into
Yeah,
that?
but it is so hard. It's so hard. But yes, I want to do it really bad because I know that like I can express myself way better than anybody else can. So I
Hmm.
think that that's a great thing to have under my belt. But I want to tackle it one day. I'm just really scared to get into it because I know it's not going to be easy. Like,
Yeah, once you get into it, I feel like that's gonna be a rabbit hole you fall down. So you might not,
absolutely.
you might be like, I don't even want to sing no more. I'm just gonna make beats
Yeah,
at this point.
like for real.
You
People do that
know.
all the time.
There's so
Yeah.
many ways to make money in music though, like
Hmm.
or just even express yourself in music. So it's like
Yeah.
once you get that, you might like it.
Hmm.
So kind of talk about like like taking care of your voice. Like, do you do anything specifically to like? Do you drink like a good black tea, some
Well, I
honey? Like,
actually only drink water. I don't drink like, I drink tea, but like, I don't drink any like soda. I don't drink pop. I don't drink I don't drink nothing. Literally anything with sugar in it, it's a no for me.
No
Unless it's like,
juice?
no, I don't drink juice. I don't drink. It's very rare. I do not drink it. I wasn't allowed to like eat sugar for real as a kid. So like as an adult now, it's kind of like ew. Like I have to put
Yeah.
water in stuff that has too much sugar.
Hmm.
So I just don't drink it, and that's how I kind of take care. And I don't drink cold water either because I don't like how it makes me feel, and I know it's not good for my voice as a singer. So it's always a room temp water bottle. So yeah, that and vocal exercises like lip trills and all the cool vocal exercises. But yeah.
What type of water you be drinking?
Well, right now I'm not fancy. I got some purified water from Walmart right now.
Okay.
Hey, it get the job done.
It do. It quench my thirst and
You
like gets
know.
my vocal cords running. So it's
Hmm.
cool.
So talk about like marketing yourself though. Like, is that something that you find tough these days? Like, or how do you even go about it? Like, is it all Instagram? Like,
I think marketing yourself now these days is just more focused on like vulnerability and like I don't think people care about a big layout. I think people care about you being genuine. And when they can feel that authenticity, I think that is how you market yourself. So that's for me. I just try to be myself and like explain to them what I'm doing. Like, oh, I want to put my song out on this day, but I'm not going to promise you because money low. Like, like
yeah.
it's just like being honest with your crowd.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that that's the best marketing tool is just being yourself, like, and telling the truth. So that's what I do.
I agree. Now, is Instagram? Do you feel like that's the best like avenue to go right now, or like
I
what you
feel
feel
like
about?
TikTok is probably a little bit better because I feel like it's once you get the buzz on TikTok, it's kind of like you out of there.
I don't know why it's like that though. Like people get hundreds of
It's
thousands of followers.
crazy. It's
Like I don't get
crazy.
it. Do you have
From
a
you
TikTok?
can do yeah, you can do one video and it's
Hmm.
over for you. Like you're up.
Do you have a TikTok account?
I do have a TikTok, but I be on there doing stupid stuff. So
Okay. Oh, you actually make posts on there. You don't just be. You
yeah,
got
I
a.
be just on there joking and having fun. But
Okay.
I put my music on there too. But
Oh, do you?
yeah.
Okay. That's
Mhm.
cool. That's cool.
I kind of want to talk about the music a little bit.
Yeah.
So Apple Music is where I saw your name,
Hmm.
and you have a couple tracks out. It's Joker and also Thrills. Can you
Hmm.
talk about like your mind state going into some of those tracks and how did it come about?
So yeah. So for Joker, at the time when I made the song, I was actually living with my ex boyfriend, and I was sitting in his living room, and I played the beat. I actually found that beat on BeatStars, and I just played the beat, and I just pressed record on my phone, and I started freestyling. And he wasn't there, but like when he came in, he killed my vibe, obviously. But
Yeah.
like, but yeah, it was a freestyle. It started as a freestyle, and I didn't really have to change anything about it except like maybe the chorus. I didn't have it. The thrills. I didn't have that like ready at first, so I didn't have a chorus at all. But yeah, I freestyled the rest of that song.
Wow, that's a crazy song to just freestyle on. Cause,
Yeah, I
cause,
definitely freestyled that.
Cause
because,
listen to.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to
Go
say,
ahead.
listen to the lyrics. Like, was that like really what your mind state was like at that time, or like how was you feeling about
Yeah,
that?
I was high as fuck, and I literally just rolled up and just started singing. Like, if
Hmm.
I can find the voice memo, I'll post it on my Instagram. But like, yeah, I just started singing, and it just be coming out. I do it all the time like that though. Like that's how I make my music. Like I freestyle first every time.
Okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, let's talk about thrills then. Like, so how was that? Like, was it kind of the same process sitting on the
No,
couch? Like,
that's the one I was talking about. I was talking about thrills.
oh, you were talking about thrills.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
For
saying
Joker,
Joker.
Joker was the same way. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so
Okay.
for Joker, for Joker, the story is a lot more crazy. So it was the same ex, right? But I wasn't living at his house. I was in my own home at the time, and yeah, he broke up with me on Valentine's Day,
Damn.
and he got a new girlfriend like the same day or something. And I found that out, and I just sat down and like cried, and I played the beat, and I was just like, oh, I'm about to cry to this.
Hmm.
And I just again pressed record and like literally cried the whole time and just sang.
Mm.
Like that last part, The broken but I'm not alone. That part was literally like I was like, I'm not changing that, not one thing. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's how
It
that
was
came
real. It was
about.
raw.
Yeah, I was so sad, and I literally just felt like my world was crashing down. Like I was like so fucked up about it, but yeah, that's how it came along.
And you know what's crazy though, because I saw your post where they played it on, was it WJLB?
Yeah, or hot. What's the other one?
Oh,
Hot.
107.5.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was that
like that
one.
was crazy. Talk about that experience, like, cause
So
wow.
I submitted it. They have like this website where you could just put your submissions for their DJ to spin you. And one day I put it in, and then months later, he emailed me and was like, "Hey, I'm about to play your song
Hmm.
tonight." And I just was like, "Oh, okay." And I missed it when it came on the radio. And I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh my God, I missed it." And then he sent the video to me. And so that was just, it was crazy. I literally just cried, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm on the radio." But
but
yeah.
that's crazy. Just like, cause where that song came from, and then versus
Mhm.
like where it took you. You know what I mean? Like you on the
Oh my
radio,
God, yeah.
but
It's
it's like you really sing
crazy.
about some real like heartbreak and real
Yeah.
pain. Like that's really crazy that it
Hmm.
happened like that.
Did
Yeah,
your
and like, go ahead.
I was like, did your ex hear it?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. I'm pretty sure he has, but like, I haven't spoken to him. He hasn't said anything to me about it. He a Leo, so he will never say anything to me about the song. He will never admit that it's good or nothing. So yeah.
How into astrology are you? Because you just mentioned Leo. Like
Oh,
we supposed
I'm
to know.
mad. I'm mad into astrology. Like real
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. I'm a Libra. I'm a double Libra. So I'm a Libra sun and a Libra rising. I have a Leo moon, so my ego get a little crazy sometimes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah.
What's the worst sign? Leos.
To me, yeah. But but I'm not gonna say that because I shouldn't be promoting that. There is no bad sign. There's no bad sign.
Good
We
answer.
all got
Okay.
good and bad qualities. So
I
yeah.
don't know. Something about Leos though. Like I feel like they just be talking too much. I don't like people that be
Man.
talking like a lot.
Man. I promise you, I have real life beef with Leos. Like most of them, I don't be liking them.
Yeah.
Like it's like I was raised by a Leo. My mom is a Leo, and my mama get on my nerves. I love my mama, but she get on my nerves. And if she wasn't my mama, I don't know if I would talk to her.
Damn.
Because she a Leo.
Yeah.
Like.
That's
And
too
then
funny.
yeah, my dad was a Libra, so that's the relationship I saw growing up, a Leo and a Libra, and like it did not work. So I don't know why I went and got with a Leo. I don't know why I did that. Like I literally have no idea why.
That's
But
too funny.
yeah, it brought me my great music, so that's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take that and then flip it into something that's,
Yeah.
that's greater. Yeah.
Hmm.
So to kind of talk about like, so you said that you kind of wake up, you go, to your job and you kind of do that. Like, is it easy to balance like working on music and then your personal life? Like, how's that?
Not really. I just started this job. So this job is a lot easier than my other jobs. It's a lot less demanding. But when you work in like a regular 9 to 5 where you have to talk on the phone or like go in person or whatever the case, it's definitely difficult because you have to, first of all, worry about making the money to go to the studio and make the songs. And then when you get off work, you're exhausted. You probably don't even want to think about anything. You just want to go to bed. So like it's like you have to really push yourself to do it. And I know that I have to keep like forcing it or I'm just gonna not do it. Like, oh, I'm too tired. I'm too tired. Every day. So like, yeah, you have to like do it to the point where it's a routine for you to get off work. Okay, I'm gonna write for this amount of time, or I'm gonna listen to these beats. Like it's a routine, and if I don't do it, then I'm gonna fall off on my routine and just not write.
And then like, where does like self care fit into that? Like, do you take time to do that sometimes, like every day?
Not every day. Not every day. I'm not gonna lie. I could do a lot more self care, but I just feel like I can do all the self care in the world when I'm on top of the world,
Mm,
like when I make it,
yeah,
I can do self care every day, but not right now, you know?
I feel that you got to grind to shine sometimes.
Yeah, grind to shine. That's a good one.
Let's talk a little bit about R&B. So like when it comes to like your, personal taste and your personal ear, like what do you feel like is the best era? Was it like 80s, 90s? Would you gonna go 2000s with
Hmm.
it? Like now? Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna say 90s and now because the 90s is what we're trying to do now, I think. I think we're
Yeah, a little
trying to
bit.
like get a little bit of that in there, but also a little still making it our own. But it's a lot of sampling going on right now in R&B and in the world in general. So, but like if I have to pick one, the '90s. It's like my absolute favorite time. I think in R&B for sure.
Like early '90s or late '90s, or just the whole thing.
Just the whole thing. Like they had everybody. They had everybody in R&B. Like everybody you want to look up to as an R&B artist, they had them. Everybody. It's amazing. Like even all the one hit people, like that, even that era, like it's so many people that made one hit and like we didn't have to hear from them again, but that one hit is still gonna like go crazy.
Tevin Campbell,
So
can we talk? We ain't heard nothing else.
absolutely, absolutely. And he probably got millions of other songs, but like that's what I know. I know that one for sure. Like
Exactly.
so I think it was a great era for hit for R&B at that time in the '90s.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. I feel like '90s. I don't know. There's something about it. I feel like it's just gonna stand the test of time. Like
Yeah.
now, R&B now. I mean, it's cool. We actually, it's a lot of good artists though. But I do
Yeah.
feel like
They
it's a
don't get
conversation.
recognized.
Yeah, that is true. And I feel like there's a conversation that happens sometimes where they like, oh, R&B is dead, or like
Oh my
R&B
god, yeah,
doesn't
they say that
really.
all the time.
Yeah, like how you feel about that? Like, what would you say to somebody that says that?
Actually, my sister is one of those people that hates R&B. She's like, I hate R&B, but now she likes R&B because I've like introduced her to a lot of like new artists,
Hmm.
and she's used to hearing people like mainstream R&B that's not the greatest, you know. And I think that is really about expanding yourself. Like you don't have to listen to what's on the radio. Like stop listening to that. You don't have to listen to that because it's on the radio. Try to like just look at the hashtag for like new R&B on TikTok or on Instagram, and then you'll be able to find new people and new artists that are refreshing and not like something you've already heard 45,000 times. Like
Right.
I definitely don't think it's dead. I think it's coming back to life. I mean, maybe it was at one point when nobody was trying to do it, but
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like some people don't like to take that effort to like actually go listen to music. That's why they listen to the
Yeah, like
radio.
you just want to listen to the same five artists, and that's fine. But like, don't judge everybody else because of that. Like,
No, there's
yeah,
definitely some dope people today. Like Lucky Day is dope.
Lucky Day is amazing.
I can't even think of no other names now, but there's a lot. There's a lot of dope people
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
so many great people. Lucky
John
Day is
Doe.
great. Yes, John Doe is great, and I think Jack. I can't think of his last name, but like his name is Jack with a V. He's
Mm,
fire. I can't think of like his last name though right now, but it's so many people,
what's the
so many
song
great
from him?
people. I'm about to actually look him up.
Yeah, I know I like
'Cause
Sabrina Claudia new album.
Sabrina Claudia is also another one that's amazing. Um,
Steve Lacy.
I love Steve Lacy. I just love all the new people that's coming out with their great stuff. Like, I don't know. It's so many great people right now. It's hard to like even say like it's dead because there's so many great artists right now. Jack
Oh yeah,
James,
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
and
okay.
he had a song called "No Drama" on his album in 2020. That's how I first heard him, and it was amazing. And I was like, oh, this is like, oh, he could be on the same level that Chris Brown was back in the day, you know? Like I feel like he's gonna be really big. He's breaking right now in the UK though, and I also see that that's something that's trending. Like a lot of R&B artists break in the UK first,
Mm.
even if they're American, they like a break in Canada or the UK first, and then like expand here and they go crazy.
That's real interesting because I know it's like a
Yeah.
big Caribbean, like population
Mm-hmm.
in those two places.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It is. And you know, they're the ones that are like sliding up in the R&B. Like
hmm
they're getting it. They're getting it
yeah, you
done.
got Tim's, Georgia Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
LMA.
LMA.
LMA. Yeah.
Yeah. All those people, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And so many people coming up from those areas. And I'm excited about that. I love Tim's. I'm
Yeah,
a
Thames is
Trinidadian
dope.
girl myself. So
Oh
like
yeah.
she's
Okay.
Nigerian, but like I'm Trinidadian myself. So I'm always into all the Caribbean vibes. Give it to me. Give me everything. Give me everything. Throw me on an Afrobeat song and I'm living.
So maybe that's. Do you feel like that's where? So like, where do you feel like your music is gonna go from this point? Like, do you feel like you want to get on that type of thing, or do you even like think that far ahead when it comes to your
Honestly,
sound?
I don't. I know what I want to do in the moment. So I just kind of do that. I don't want to like put myself in a box to where I'm like, this is what I'm doing. I'm focused on this and this only because I know myself and I'm like, I want to do this and that. I want
Right.
both.
Right.
You know, I want both. So I'm always going to do a lot of different things.
Are you working on some new project? Because I see
I
that your last
am.
single is 2021. So
All
I'm kind
right,
of
don't
interested
get
in
on my
2022.
case. Don't get on my case. I'm trying, but as an artist, I'm very picky.
Hmm.
I am very particular about every little thing. I almost didn't put out Joker because I was crying during the whole thing, and I was like, my voice is shaky on here, and I want to re-record it. And the engineer was like, no, like
Hmm.
this is how it needs to sound. Stop, like stop. But yeah, I have so many new songs that are just sitting. I'll probably like sing y'all something if y'all tell me y'all email. I'll sing y'all one so y'all could like
Oh yeah.
hear what
Oh,
I'm
hell
working
yeah.
on. But like absolutely, I'm working on new things. I want to put something out before the summer is over. I do think I have a song to put out before then. But I'm working really hard on my EP. I promise it's gonna come out before the year's over. I swear.
You said the summer, so it's like
Yeah.
summer vibes.
It's just another crybaby ass R&B song that I made. I don't know if it's summer vibes or not, but whenever you want to cry, it's cry vibes.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes you need that during the summer when
Yeah,
you've been doing some whole shit or something, and it's just like, okay, let
absolutely.
me go
Like,
ahead
all
and
right, I
cry
need to
right
calm
quick.
down and cry.
Right.
You always need to cry. So yeah.
And so you spoke on the studio before, like, somebody didn't let you re-record what you wanted to do and stuff like that.
hmm
Like, do you feel like it's hard to find like a good engineer for like your voice or just for R&B, like, because you're an R&B singer, like if
Yeah.
you was a rapper, I feel like they could probably just
It's
throw
so
some shit
much
on there.
easier. Yeah. I do think you have to be around people that you actually trust, or you have to know yourself enough to be like, this don't sound good and I don't care what you say. Or like, this sounds great and I'm not changing it. Like you have to really know what you want it to sound like. And also you have to be on your engineer's ass to be like, this is what you need to make it sound like this. Like I want you to make my vocals sound louder, or I want you to turn my vocals down, or like you have to know what the fuck you're talking about in there. You can't just go in there and be like, okay, like I'm about
Yeah.
to record and that's it. Like you have to know.
Like, oh, this is good. Like, no,
Yeah, like nah, because anybody would tell you it sound good if you in there paying them to be
exactly.
there. Like you know. But I go to Get Fresh Studio and I work with this guy named Mike, and he always is just like on my ass, like record it over. It sounds terrible. Like he'll tell me, and I
That's
love
a good
it.
engineer.
So
That's a good
yeah.
engineer for sure.
hmm
What's your studio vibe though? Like, is it just you? Do you like bring some of your
It's usually
homegirls?
like I don't be liking a lot of people in there with me, but it's cool if they do show up. So like sometimes I do have people in there, but it's usually just me, my engineer, and like an engineer he might be training or something. But yeah, we just get in there. I get a little smoke sesh. Maybe I might have a little drink, and then I'm good. And I get in there and I record.
Now, in terms of like, recording versus like actually performing a record, like which one do you prefer? Like, which one gives you life the most?
Oh, absolutely performing. Like the stage is my favorite thing in the world. I don't know a greater feeling than like the feeling I feel on stage, and I've literally never felt the feeling outside of being on stage.
Wow.
So it's like not something that I can even explain. It's like the best feeling in the world to me. Like just being on stage and singing. Like it's amazing. And like it's the only place I feel like I can truly just be vulnerable and like cry and like nobody would care. People might like it even more. But like I know that for me, I recently performed one of my newer songs at the showcase that I was on recently, and I I just started crying. Like it was my first time performing it, and it was difficult for me to even write the song.
Mm,
This is a song that took me like the whole 4 years of my relationship to write, basically,
wow.
and it was just like hard for me to sing. And being on stage was like, I don't know, being on stage singing it was amazing. It was just like a crazy feeling that like I said, I can't explain it. It's my favorite thing though.
Do you see music as like therapy? Like, is it therapeutic to you to get on that
hmm
stage and let
hmm
those, let, not the, let the
Yeah.
hurt go or whatever? Like, is that how you felt
hmm
about it?
Absolutely. It's like therapy is cool too. I always encourage therapy, but like if you're an artist and you got that mic in your hand, I definitely encourage you to get up there and like give it all, because when you get off, it's like, oh, okay, I'm cool now. Like I feel good. I feel good about
Yeah.
this. Cool. Like I just cry. I'm good. Like great. Like, like it just feels really good. Even just writing feels really good. It just feels good afterwards. Like no matter how hard it is, it feels great afterwards always. So
Now, I know you said you don't want to put yourself in the box, but like you said that you really love being on stage. You love that feeling. Like, do you feel like one day you might go back and be like, all right, let me go and try this Broadway thing again, or let me go try to do some plays or
Yeah,
something like that?
I do think so. I do think so. Absolutely. Because that's still a dream of mine. Like being on stage and acting is always something I've wanted to. I did it in high school and
Mm-hmm.
middle school. So,
Are you a theater kid?
absolutely. That nerdy theater girl. Like, and we're going to watch musicals at my house and Harry Potter. And like,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, yeah, I definitely want to go back and do Broadway and just acting in general. Because that's
What's your
definitely my second
top couple
passion.
plays?
Mm. Les Miserables is like one of my favorite plays ever. Um, More recently, Hamilton got in there for
Okay.
sure,
Yeah, I heard that was good.
and
Yeah, Hamilton's
uh,
really love.
yeah, that is great. And I think A Colored Museum. I don't know. It's a very, very good play. Like you guys should read it. It's amazing. It'll probably make you cry.
How you feel about Chicago?
I love Chicago. I actually wanted to be the first black lead in Chicago, but Brandy did it. So period.
Oh,
But
she did.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she absolutely slayed it. But I love Chicago. That's a great play. It's a great musical. I love it.
Yeah, I actually went and saw it. I think at the Fox Theater. Like that
Oh
was. I
my
think that was my first time
god.
seeing a musical. You know, just like
Oh, for that to be your first experience, that probably was crazy.
yeah, it was really
Yeah.
good. I ain't gonna lie though. I don't like musicals for some reason. It's just something about it don't like
It's not for everybody.
vibe for me.
People hate watching stuff that people just sing all the way through. They hate
I don't know what it
it.
is. Like I love singing. I love
Hmm.
people singing, but like why you
It's
don't
not
just
for
say it?
everybody. Yeah,
Like
it
just
ain't for
say it. Just
everybody. I
yeah.
get it. Because sometimes, even for me, I'm like, oh, y'all can have just said that.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love Broadway, but I still be like, oh, y'all could have said that. It ain't have to be a song.
But I will say that people, you know, like those are some of the most vocally talented. Like they can move on the stage. They can
Yeah,
like
yeah,
costumes be great. Like I
yeah.
will say that.
It's amazing. And like it's live, so you can't fuck it up. You can't mess up. So like you have to go out there and you really have to give it your all. Like that and that feeling of acting and singing and like just being exhausted when you're done is also a form of therapy. It's beautiful. Like I used to do plays with Mosaic Youth Theater when I was younger,
Okay.
and we would put on like it was literally like we would have 3 shows a day on Sundays. Like we on Sundays we would have 3 shows, and it was just like real life like Broadway, but it felt great, and we were kids doing that, and it's just I don't know, it's cool. I love it.
So the whole play aspect of it, do
Hmm.
you see yourself having dance and everything included into your
I'm
music
not the
sets?
best dancer, but I
No.
can do a little 2 steps.
Okay.
But yeah, like I can do the simple dances for sure. But like I know I can't do ballet or nothing like that. But yeah, I can do a little something. The dance moves.
Okay. Let me switch gears though. Like, so we've been talking about R&B. Like, do you
Hmm.
listen to rap at all? Like, or anything other than
Yeah,
R&B?
absolutely. I love all music. I listen to dance music, like house, techno music. I like that music too. I listen to rap. I love Kendrick Lamar. Um, I love Kanye, Jay Z. I mean, I like hip hop is great. I will sit up and watch hip hop documentaries all day. Like they're great. I love hip hop.
Did you hear Kendrick Lamar's most recent album?
Absolutely. That was a beautiful thing.
So, what's your
Beautiful
Oh my
thoughts on
thing.
that?
God.
I feel like it was therapy for us. Like I feel like he was giving us
Yes.
therapy. Like that's what I feel. It was
Okay.
great. It's
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
oh my God. Like it
Yes.
was
I
amazing.
know.
No, for real. Yeah.
Number one artist of all time.
No,
That's
absolutely.
cool.
I love him.
I was talking to one of my homeboys yesterday. He was like, "I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it." And I'm like, "Okay, you
Oh,
weren't
I'm
listening.
sad for him.
Yeah, it's just like you're not listening for real. Like
You
the
No,
gotta
person
read
that
a
you're
you
like, what do
book.
literally,
you mean? What do you mean?
yeah,
Is he
Exactly.
I don't get
black?
it. No, that's the thing.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
You gotta
But
get
I feel like,
educated.
Get it.
but I feel like you can still apply it if you're not black.
You
I feel like you can still
can, but
apply
you
it.
have to be a certain level of woke, I guess, to understand if you're not us. Because I feel like that's more of a for us, by us album. Like, this is for us right now. But I think they should still enjoy it. And I also think that they should have looked at it as a way to, like, get more, to want to know more, or like ask questions. It's
Yeah,
okay to ask a question. If you don't understand, just ask.
Do you guys really argue like that? Like some shit like that?
Like, come on. Like, this
Yeah.
is you've seen it before. I'm sure you've seen it on the internet. It's real life. People argue like that. Like, yeah, they do. Like, absolutely. And I also think people just misinterpret a lot of those things too. Like, I don't think he was glorifying arguing with women that way. I think it was more of a
No.
like, do you see how we treat each other? Do you
Right.
see this? Like, this is
Yeah.
what we look like. Do you see this?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
definitely think that people misinterpreted that. But yeah.
So I guess what can we look forward to Leah be like in the future? I know you said something about an EP or like,
Mhm.
single dropping
I want to
before.
do a EP before the end of the year for sure. But I definitely will be dropping a new single. If not this month, I'm gonna say this month. I'm gonna say this month. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna say this month.
Oh wow. Oh, so
Yeah,
that's pretty soon.
yeah.
Can you commit to that for real?
Yes, I promise. It might be at the end of the month, but I'm gonna do
Okay.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I swear.
Okay.
I swear. I said it on here now. Now I have to. I don't have a choice.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, that is what you can look for
So
this
July,
month.
new Leiah B.
Absolutely.
It's on the way.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. We
For
definitely
sure.
appreciate you for coming through. Like I said, congratulations for winning that competition and being in the movie. Like that's in the
Thanks.
movie is crazy.
Thank you. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see the movie.
Yeah.
20
Oh
Oh
my
something?
yeah, I'm
God.
definitely gonna let y'all know when it comes out.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
And
definitely
I'm gonna
send.
sing y'all a
Yep.
rough cut of that song
That's what I
because
was
I
just
got
about to
it.
Got it.
say.
Yeah. Send me y'all email, whatever email I can send it to.
We will do that. So like I said, we definitely appreciate you for coming on. We'll put all your links in the bottom of the description. So everybody go check out Leah Beat Music. Follow her on Instagram and see what she got going on. Like she said, she's real, she's raw. She really
Yep.
giving the people herself. So like definitely check her
Yeah.
out. Listen to her music and things like that. But with that being said, this has been the Friends Podcast, and we out.
Peace.
Bye.